Okay, this video is to review the whole class before you take the final exam. And um, we'll just go over all the important concepts and examples we have introduced in the class. So, what you should review before the final exam. First, you have to review the class slides, of course, because it's an open book, open notes exam. So you need to at least know where are the um, where are different concepts and where are the formula in the slides. So you have to be familiar with all the class slides, of course. And then you want to rework your in-class examples, your in-class exercises, and the homeworks and the quiz. So after you review all the slides, you want to rework those examples to see if you can have the same answer as what we had in the class. So the first thing you want to know is what is the engineering economy? The concept of this subject, okay? We talked about you want to find the best solution so that you can spend less and you can get more. And you also want to solve a specific problem. These are the keywords we repeatedly mentioned in this subject. You want to solve a problem, and then you will have multiple solutions. And how do you compare which solution is the best? You want to calculate the benefits and the costs so that you can have that cash flow diagrams. And then you want to convert everything to the same time spot to make a comparison. Okay. And there are 7 fundamental principles of engineering economies. You want to know and understand what are those principles and what are they are talking about. And different types of costs. Yeah, you want to know there are multiple types of costs. It's just depending on how do you see the cost. We have fixed costs, variable costs, marginal costs, average cost, okay, recurring costs, non-recurring cost, direct cost, indirect cost, sunk costs, and opportunity costs. You want to know like the definition of each cost, and you want to go over all the definitions and see if you understand them. And of course, you want to review. Remember, in the homework number 1, we have a long list of different types of costs, and we have a matching problem there for you to match which definition is for which term. So you want to go over that homework again. And then we learned the price and demand relationship. So there is a fixed relationship between price and demand, and you want to at least know like how the price or how the demand changes against the change in the price. Okay, so if I ask you, if the price increases, you want to know the demand will decrease. Okay, this is a very important point. And you also want to know the general way we write the relationship between price and demand will be P equals to A minus B D. Here the A and B are just constant numbers to describe what exact relationship it is. But in a specific problem, the A and B is gonna be some numbers. Okay. And also you want to know like how do you calculate the revenue, which is the P timed with D, and what is the D hat. The D hat is associated with maximum revenue, and of course what we are chasing for is the profit. So you also want to know how do you calculate a profit given some demand and some costs. You also need to know what is the optimal demand is. the optimal demand is associated with a maximum profit. Okay, and you also want to know the break-even points. The break-even points gives you a range within that range you are making profit, because your profit is bigger than zero. Okay, that's very important. And of course you want to know how do you calculate the break-even points. So and the cost-driven design optimization is we always want to minimize the cost, and we want to select the alternative with the least cost. So if you only think about the cost for different objects or for different alternatives, you want to have the least expensive opportunity. And on this page, we summarized all the functions and concepts you need to know for this chapter. So try to practice this example. So for a given relationship between P and D and a given cost, CF and CV, can you calculate optimal demand? And can you calculate the profit, the maximum profit at that optimal demand? Okay, and can you tell what is the profitable range?